Feel the elements. Start with the root. Earth, the ring finger, ground. Your feet. You've been treating them like an afterthought while floating in your head like a balloon full of unintegrated shadow. Press down. Get heavy. Feel gravity love you. The earth is your mother. And she doesn't want your fake ass pretending. She wants your weight. She wants your commitment. You already do this unconsciously. When you stand firm. When you say no. When you're in integrity. That's earth. You can do it better by intentionally tuning into the ring finger. Making mudra contact. Letting the heaviness flood up through your bones until you feel unshakable. So why does it matter? Because without earth, you're unstable. You believe every passing thought. You become a sponge for other people's projections. That's not spiritual. It's just fucking energetically weak. Balance is the basis of all magic. Sacral, water, the small finger. Pleasure, flow. Water doesn't give a shit about your control issues. It goes where it wants, around or through. You feel this in sex, in dancing, in honest goddamn tears. This is the energy of the sacred yes. You're scared of this one, aren't you? That's because someone somewhere made you feel guilty about your pleasure. Maybe it wasn't safe to feel, but fuck that story. When you start moving water, you get your creativity back. You get your ability to forgive, to let go, to cry without shame, to fuck like a prayer. This is liquid healing. You already know how to do it when you let go of trying to look cool and just feel. Visual. Think deep blue ripples, moonlight on the ocean, your hips undulating with music you didn't even know you liked. Fire, solar plexus, the thumb, the will. Let me be clear. If you don't get this fire under control, you'll either burn the fuck out, or worse. Become one of those passive-aggressive, spiritual zombies, preaching love and light, while secretly resenting everyone. Fire says I am. You already do this every time you say, fuck it, I'm doing this. That surge of bold action, that's fire. So is rage. Use it. Don't suppress it. Rage is rocket fuel. Transform it. Science. Your gut literally has more neurons than a cat's brain. It thinks. It decides. It digests your food and your fucking life experiences. Stop numbing it with sugar and distraction. Breathe into it. Become the flame. Heart. Air. The index finger. Direction. Let's be real. Most people's hearts, they're either blown wide open, with no boundaries, or armoured tighter than the Vatican's vault. Yours, somewhere in the dance. This is the wind that carries your intention, but you're too caught up in stories. Every time your brain hijacks a feeling and spins a tale, I'm not enough, they don't love me, I should be further by now. You're letting the wind scatter your power. Drop the fucking story. Feel the sensation. Wind moves around obstacles. It doesn't need to push, it flows with direction. This is your compassion, without martyrdom. Your breath, in and out, calm and unshaken. If you can breathe through pain, you can survive anything. You already have. Ether, the throat, third eye, crown, middle finger. It's the grand fuck you to illusion. This is where things get weird. Ether is the element of awareness, of paradox, of quantum fucking states. It's the dark matter between thoughts. You already touched this in deep meditation, in music that cracks your soul open, in psychedelics, in sex so deep it becomes stillness. You want to master this? Here's the trick. Stop trying. Ether is. You don't force the void. You surrender to it. Let it mirror you. Let it disassemble you. When you play with mudras, visuals, colours, you're creating a neuromagical interface, a perceptual feedback loop, where thought becomes sensation, sensation becomes belief, belief becomes body, and body becomes fucking reality. Rapid fire commands embed these into your cells. Where attention goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, biology shows. Play, pretend, feel, repeat. Your nervous system, it doesn't know the difference between real and vividly imagined. Use that. The story you believe becomes the life you live. Breathe like your next timeline depends on it, because it does. Stop checking if it's working. That self-doubt is a fucking anchor. Your field expands when you give a fuck less about how it looks and more about how it feels. If you're not grounding, you're leaking. If you're not cleansing, you're clogging. What you expect, you attract. Stop expecting garbage. So why do you get stuck? You got stuck because your system decided it was safer to fit in, to play small, to not rock the energetic boat. You didn't want to get labelled weird, woo, unstable. You absorbed that shit from school, parents, the media. They taught you to worship intellect and dismiss magic. You learned to keep your gifts in the goddamn box. Well, fuck that. Science says mirror neurons, they fire when you watch or imagine. That's literal rewiring. Chakras align with nerves and endocrine glands. That's biological. Breath changes brain waves. That's neurological. Emotions shape posture. That's somatic. Where your gaze goes, your prefrontal cortex goes. That's psychophysiological engagement. Reality is a hallucination you agree upon until you upgrade the agreement. That's neuroscience and metaphysics shaking hands. So if you believe this, what would change? Everything. You'd walk like a fucking sorcerer, not a seeker. You'd attract like your intentioned sculpt timelines, because they do. You stop outsourcing your power to gurus and systems, and remember, you're the goddamn technology. You're not broken. You're a fucking dimensional interference device with the ability to plug into any archetype, download any upgrade, and run any pattern that serves you. You forgot that you'd root access. Remember this. When you're in someone's field, you're in their mind. And when you're in your field, you're in your sovereignty. So stop asking permission to shine. Stop apologizing for being powerful. Stop fucking pretending you're not already plugged into source. You're not here to beg for miracles. You're here to become the miracle. Now go, play, practice, fuck up, laugh, tune in, break shit, build it better. This is your new template, and it's built with fire and wind and sex and soul and sacred, unfiltered truth. Now run the fucking program.